Is it good to tell your spouse or your boyfriend about your past secret or about your past life? Is it good? Or should I just let it go? Just let it be? After all, it's my past, so if I don't say it, nobody will. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's the Kudunas family, and on this video we're going to be talking about telling our spouse or boyfriend about our past life, about our secrets, about our maybe dirty or maybe something we did in the past that could either keep or break the relationship. So I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're yet to subscribe. And also I want to thank the returning subscribers. I love you all. Thank you very much for always stopping by to watch my videos. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I drop a new video. So let's dive right into this video. So here I have some points that I wrote out to help us film this video, to help us to make this video. So my first answer to the question is it good to tell our spouse or our fiance or our boyfriend our past life? To me, it's my own opinion. I don't know about any other person. To my own opinion, I would say yes. I would say yes, because I know that some of you will be like, it's my past life. You shouldn't know about it. It's something that I did. Maybe I don't want to talk about it. It's something that I regret doing. I don't want to talk about it. It's something that I don't want to share. Do you understand? But to my honest opinion, I know that this video might not sound well to so many people, but to some people that want to open up to their boyfriends or their fiancés or their whatever before marriage, I would advise you say whatever secret, whatever dirty thing you think would, if you say it, might break your marriage. Do you understand? I mean, if you didn't say it in the relationship and eventually in the marriage it happens to be like he knew, and there's a possibility that it might break your marriage. So in my opinion, in my honest opinion, I would say yes. Say it in the relationship. Say it. There's something called freedom. Do you understand? There's something called freedom. When you say something that you feel like, oh, this thing is too dirty to say, you feel like you have lifted a burden when you say it, when you eventually share it, maybe to somebody that you feel you can trust. Do you understand? I mean, if you're not married, but here we're talking about relationship. We're not talking about friendship. Do you understand? So I have my points here, and I'll be going in with point one. So the point one is no. Your past should not be your past. Do you get? Your past should not be your past. When you try to make your past and you live in the future, don't you know that someday that past might come back to haunt you? And there is something also called conscience. There's something called conscience. Maybe something happens, slight things happen. You'll be like, is it my past that is coming to haunt me? Is it my past that is coming to... I will use myself as an example in this video because I don't want this video to be too long. So I'll use myself as an example on this video or in this video. I don't even know which one to go with. So your past should be discussed before marriage. This I said earlier. Your past should be discussed. Like if it's something that you did that is so dirty that you don't want you don't want it to affect your marriage, I think you should tell it to your spouse. I think you should share it with him. If he is truly in love with you, if he truly loves you for who you are, he would understand that your past is your past and you're living in the present, you're living in the future. Please just give me 1 minute. So You should understand that your past is your past. Do you understand? Your past is your past. It's your past life. There's nothing you can do about it. You've done that mistake, maybe out of ignorance, but out of younger age. You did what you did. So he should understand that your past is your past. If he still loves you, he should go ahead with the marriage or the engagement whatsoever. So tell him what you have done in the past, even though it's hard or tough. You have to tell it, you have to say it to him. Do you get? Like I said, I'm going to use myself as an example, but I want to just put out my thoughts before I tell you my own story. So if he is for you, then you should understand your past. You should understand that your past is your past. You get? So, and don't also forget, like I said, your past can haunt you in the present, can haunt you in the future. I don't know whatever some relationship therapists must be saying, that leave your past in your past. It's not everything you should say to your past. It's not everything you should do to you. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Yes, it's not everything you say to him, but there are some vital information that you feel will be a threat in your marriage if you don't say it. Do you understand? Good. So, what I want you to understand now is, if you can confide in a friend, if you can tell a friend about some dirty things you did, or your friends know about some dirty things you did in the past, and you get a relationship that is so serious that is almost leading to marriage, or that is even leading to marriage, and you feel like, I don't want to tell this man what I did. I don't want to tell this man that I was a prostitute. I don't want to tell this man that I did so many abortions. I don't want to tell this man that I did this. I don't want to tell this man that I did that. I don't want to tell this man that I did, some horrible things. Believe me, if you don't say those things, that friend that you confided in or on, whatever, that friend is going to spill it out. That friend is going to destroy your marriage one way or another. Because before you get a very good friend that can keep your secret, that is very, very trusted, let me say out of 10, it's 3%. Yes, I'm beating my chest to say 3%. And those 3%, they are good friends that can, even tell you the truth. Why not tell this man? Tell him what you did, so that everything will just, do you understand? Oh, I don't want to tell him that I had a child before marriage, in my father's house. Maybe you have a child and you're calling that child my sister, my brother, my cousin, my niece. Meanwhile, that child is your child. And you're concealing it with your parents or with your friends, that you don't want him to know that you had a child. So I don't understand. If he finds out that you had a child, what do you think will happen in that marriage? Do you think he will still be able to carry on, or do you think he'll be able to trust you? These are the vital information that you should tell a man before marriage. You don't have to just, come and say, I sweep it under the carpet, forgetting that whatever you sweep under the carpet is unattended to, and one day it will resurface. So it's better you just say it out, clear your mind, clear your conscience, or maybe your age. For example, age-wise, you're older than your husband and you're claiming underage, like you're claiming that he's older than you. Eventually he finds out. These are the things that you should say to a man. You don't have to hide anything, for a man that really loves you and wants to marry you. Me, personally, I am in the opinion that you should say all your past to a man, especially the dirty past. When I met my husband, there were so many dirty things I did. Like, when I mean dirty things, of course, I didn't kill anybody, no, God forbid. But there are so many dirty things that I am not proud of to say, even if I have a daughter tomorrow, because I will not be proud enough to say these things to my daughter. Do you understand? These are the things. But eventually, I will tell her if I have, so that she doesn't ply that way, so that she doesn't go through that direction. But when I met my husband, I told my husband everything. I said everything to him. In fact, he knows everything. Because I felt like, if I don't say this to this man, what if somebody somewhere just come and tell my husband, yeah. And do you know the good thing of being open up to the man that wants to get married to you is making him more confident about the wife he got married to, is making him to trust you more, so that even if he hears it out, he'll be like, oh, my wife told me this, it's not a new thing. That trust is going more higher for you. But if you don't tell it to him and he hears it outside, and he will come back, why didn't you say this to me? Oh my God, I can't I can't believe you did all these things. I can't believe you did this. I can't believe it takes the grace of God for that man to still carry on with that marriage. It might even end up. See, a broken engagement is better than a divorce because you're going to that name is going to be tagged on you. She's a divorcee. She married and she left. Do you understand? But if you break your relationship or your engagement, nobody's going to tag you. No name will be tagged on you. There'll be nothing like she's a divorcee or this. You left the relationship, you left the relationship. Nobody's going to kill you. But marriage is a sacred thing that should be held. I mean, with all your chest, you hold it. Do you understand? So that nobody is going to come up and, bring out your past and everything. So when I met my husband, the compound that he was living back then in Nigeria, there was this guy that, not like anything bad. I did anything bad to this guy. This guy was my ex. He was my boyfriend. So on a good day, we were just sitting on the veranda, sipping. I don't know, maybe we were drinking something because my husband likes to sit outside. So we were sitting outside and I just looked at, because it was the same compound, but the only thing is the next building, but in the same compound, but it was the next building, so it was opposite us. So I just looked at my husband and I smiled. He said, "Why are you smiling?" I said, "There's a man here that I dated though, but it didn't work out and everything. I thought I'm sorry if you're hearing noise because I'm my mother-in-law's house, so there are so many vehicles passing. So that one, you people should just listen and take the message, please." So my mother now looked at me and said that he knows. I was shocked. When something that you feel like he didn't, I was shocked, trust me, when he told me, "I know." I'm like, "How did you know?" He was like, men talk, my friend. I didn't know that guy was my husband's friend's friend. Like, the guy already told my husband's friend that he knows me, that I'm a good girl, that even though that the relationship, he was a white guy too, that even though the relationship did not work out, she's a good girl, she's a very nice girl. In fact, Mr. Costas is very lucky to have married her. So my husband was like, my friend told me that he knows him and he told him everything that happened between you. I'm like, hey, Jesus. And that made my husband more confident. Like, that made my husband trust me the more. I don't know if you understand. Like, we were not married yet, but I told him. It was just a relationship thing. I was going to his house for weekends. We were staying together, drinking together and all that. So I just told him on a good Saturday that we were outside just chilling and having the cool breeze blow on us. And I told him, I'm like, just say it. Anyhow, maybe you guys just finished snacking or something. I just say, "Babe, there's something I want to tell you." Or maybe you guys are just having good time together, enjoying, And if this guy loves you, trust me, he's going to say your past is your past than your past resurfacing in your future. Do you understand? Like, when I mean your future is after you have married him, then the past now start coming. How do you think this man would take it? How do you think this man is going to see you? How do you think the marriage would go? Do you understand? So that is one thing that is I'm also telling women, when you are in a relationship, don't love your husband 100%. Let your husband love you 100%. Because when your own love is higher than this man would not even consider your past is your past. He's just going to see it out of, So always make sure that his love is higher, because when his love is higher, his love supersedes your own. His love suppresses your own, that he doesn't see any fault in whatever you do. And this is when juju comes in. This is where people will say you're using juju to hold your husband. Because of what? Your husband loves you more than you even love him. I keep telling women, grow to love your men. Grow to love your husband. Grow to love whoever you are dating. Because if you just say, I love him, love at first sight. No, it doesn't work. A woman grows to love her husband. I grew to love my husband because even when I met my husband, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship with a guy, but he traveled to Germany. Do you understand? So I grew to love my husband because he showered me with so many love. That is the reason why anything I do to my husband, there is no fault to. You can never tell my husband that I'm wrong or that I did something bad. No. Because his love has superseded my own. His love has suppressed my own. His love has, overclouded his head, his brain towards me. So when I was saying all those things to him, he was like, "Oh, it's your past. Your past is your past. I cannot judge you. Who am I to judge you? You've made your mistakes in the past." So always say whatever past you have. If you have a child or if you did an abortion that you think might affect you in childbearing, tell your husband. Because you might be the problem. Maybe because of you've done so many abortions and your womb is too weak to carry a child. And you keep that secret, tormenting this man. And forgetting that maybe if you spill it, God will have mercy upon you and give you. But if you're concealing it, God will say, this one. So you are still hiding the 10 children or the 5 children you killed. Don't want to come and have one. Let me see you. So he's a merciful father, but he wants us to confess our sins so that he will be able to forgive us. That is the same way he wants us to confess to whosoever that we want to marry, because after marriage, you guys have become one. I mean, one flesh, one blood, one body. Marriage is something that God holds sacred. Satan holds sacred. You see, marriage, God holds marriage sacred. Devil holds marriage sacred, because if you're in a relationship, you're not going to meet obstacles and everything. Maybe in a relationship, you might be enjoying yourself, doing baby girl's life. But once it enters marriage, hey, you will not see devil raising his ugly heads. You understand? But when you now hold God and say, Father, I have nothing in me again. I told my husband everything about me. Father, help me. If it is childbearing, you will see God will answer you, because there is no secret in you. But when you are praying, oh God, I did not tell my husband that I did 10 abortion. I did not tell my husband that I have 5 abortion. My womb is too weak. God, please help. God wants you to pour out your heart. Confess yourself. Confess whatever thing you have done, so that your husband can forgive you. God will also forgive you, even though you're confessing to him. Yes. Why do you think we Catholics go to the priest to confess our sins and everything? Me, even if I confess my sins to the priest, I still go to God to confess. When I met my husband, I still confessed my sins. I still told him the things I did in the past. Oh God, if you like me, this is what I did. Because I don't want anything that will come and haunt me. And that is the reason why I have 1001 peace of mind in my marriage. Another example is, there was a time I drew a tattoo, when love is shaking you in teenage age. So I drew this guy's name only for my best friend. Although I've told my husband about the story, how I got the tattoo. My husband laughed anyway, because he was like, you were being intoxicated in love. And I'm like, yes. Only for my friend, whom I called my best friend then. Coming to my house to come and say, look at you now. Hey, look at see, Emmanuel. She raised up the topic on what happened to that tattoo. But my husband finished the story for her, and she was shocked. Do you see how you make people that want to bring you down foolish? Do you see how you make them stupid? And this is the reason why they will now go and start propaganding your name. Hey, Jessica. Amaka, he used to do all her husband. When I told my husband everything about me, I even told my mom, I told him because I don't want any situation, and I know the family I come from. Especially if you know the family you come from, that tomorrow one thing will lead and everything will scatter. Your secret will start flying in the air. So my mommy was like, onukufo, meaning your mouth should hold water. Hey, what is it? You told your husband. I said, I will tell him more. Hey, I will tell him. Hey, knowing from where I'm coming from, I will tell him. So always marry a man that loves you more than you can even imagine. You understand? Because trust me, there is nothing in this marriage that all of us are dragging. Marriage should be sweet. Marriage should be something that it should be peaceful. It should be something that you shouldn't have anything hidden under the carpet or under the cupboard or under the rug. There should be no skeleton in your cupboards. You should be moving out like this and be raising your shoulder high. Do you understand? Funny enough, there are so many of my exes that my husband know of. When I see them on social media, I'll say, hey, Baba, you see this one I told you about him? He will laugh. Hey, Daddy, look at this one I told you about him. He will laugh. I know many of you are not bold enough to do all these things, but trust me, if you do it, you will have peace. You will have peace. And your own, if you say it and eventually the person breaks up the engagement, your peace, the one for you will come. The one that God has destined for you will come. So I don't want to be too I don't want to dwell too much on this because I know many of you hear this a lot from people. Don't say your secret to your husband. Let your secret be your secret. Women, hold your mouth. Women, learn to hold your mouth. No. Sorry, excuse me. It's not everything that you should hold your mouth. There are some things. See, in my place, there is a saying that says that if is it an eagle? Yeah, eagle, right? Yeah. Is it eagle or hawk? When a hawk catches a hen, the hen will be shouting, but the hen is not shouting that the hawk will leave him or her or will leave it. Do you understand? The hen is shouting that let the whole world hear that I'm being taken away by this hawk. Oh, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like we say it in a place that ebeleke vuru ọkụkọ na-eti ọ naghị eti na ebeleke ha ya ọ na-eti shi ọha n'olu ya like the world should hear me that this hawk have taken me away, and you see people be shouting ha like leave, but the hawk will take the hen away because you cannot. It's a hawk, so it will fly. Do you understand? So it has what's it called? It has created that attention that people have seen it going, but nothing can be done. The hawk has taken it. Finish. So you have to open your mouth and say, Baba, Daddy, look at me. Oh, this is how my yash is. So nothing to be hidden, nothing to be hidden. This is me. Same thing with the men too. If you're a man here and you were married and divorced, or you had a child outside, or had a child before, tell your wife. Don't tell your wife. Don't come and remove ring and be claiming Bobo. Meanwhile, you were divorced. Meanwhile, you had a child outside. Always learn to open up in any relationship at all. So I'm not in that opinion of keep it to yourself. Your secret is your secret. You don't need to tell your boyfriend or your fiancé. Like I said, a serious relation. You watch the relationship. You see where it's heading to. You see what is going, how it's going. Do you understand? Then you will now tell him, Oga, you want to marry me? This is this, this is that. Or even before he even proposes, just say it. If he likes you, he continues his relationship. Because when I told my husband, he has not even proposed to me yet. It was something of relationship thing. We're just going available because me, I cannot. That was a vow I made to myself. And trust me, because I did that in my marriage, my sister took the same step. When she asked me, I said, Dada, hey, I opened everything. I did not, she took after my step. She told her husband everything about her before her husband married her. And she has peace in her marriage. My sister did the same. She said everything. There was no stone unturned. There was nothing. She touched every angle. She touched every corner. So today I implore you, or I implore you, whatever, to say your secret, especially the thick ones, especially the dark ones, especially the ones that you yourself, you're not proud of. Yes, say it so that it will be your mistake. It is your past, is your past. Whoever loves you will love you for who you are in the present. The person will not judge you in the past. So these things have destroyed so many marriages. After later on the man begin to hear or the woman begin to hear it. If you hear it in the relationship or in the engagement and it scattered it and the engagement did not continue, better for you, good for you than destroying your marriage, making your marriage to be something that she married after 1 month, after 1 year, after this she divorced. Tongues and everything. So if you say it, believe me, anybody that want to come and raise up heads to come and say your past, and your husband already know or knew that this thing my wife have told me, the person will be like a goat, and the person will be so ashamed of him or herself that want to come and start running mouth like tap. People, they like your wife tell you say she do abortion, she kill 5 children, she do abortion. When we're in university, your wife live a rugged life. That woman, no party that she doesn't go to. No. She was a rocker. She rock well, and your husband is saying all those things outside. How do you think the man would act, or how do you think the man will feel? Same goes to the men. There are so many things you did that you cannot tell your fiancé. Please, always open up to make the relationship stronger, to make it so that there will be no loophole from anywhere. There will be no loophole. So this video, I think, is even more longer than I can imagine. So I'm going to end it here. And that is it. I've already touched all my points. So I hope, you know, with these few points of mine, you're going to start. If you're in a relationship and you're watching me and you are intending to, be serious with your, please open up to him. It will give you peace of mind. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. And also, please turn on your notification bell, so that anytime I post a video, you'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to come and watch me. Do you understand? And if you're a new subscriber and you're watching me, always write new subscriber here, and I'm going to shout out to you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And also remain in God, and God bless you. Mwah. Bye.